Styx here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another episode of Styx versus the top of the ladder, and today I bring you a doozy of a Little Cup match. Now, this team is the exact same team as I used last time, and my opponent's team actually has 4 of the same pokes as I do, and 2 others that function in very similar manner. So this is almost a mirror match, so we will see how that plays out. He leads with his Pharaoh Seed. I knew he was going to do that. I really can't do much against it at first, but I wanted to get my rocks up immediately, so I lead with my Diglett. And turn 1, like I said, we just exchange rocks. And right here, I am predicting that he's probably going to go for the spikes or something like that. So I decide to go into my Timber, who can threaten the Pharaoh Seed out, and or just knock off anything else, as he does go for the Bullet Seed, and unfortunately gets 4 hits on me. That's very unfortunate because it brings me below half, at which point I cannot take the chance of going for the knockoff, so immediately I just have to go for the Drain Punch right off the bat, as he brings in his own Timber. Now, right here, I'm assuming that there is a speed tie going on, so I just need to win one of those in order to do some major damage to this Timber, as he wins the first one as I knock off his Eviolite, which is perfect, meaning my Fletchling can Oko from full health, and he wins the second one, which is very, very unfortunate because I would have been able to KO that Timber with a combination Drain Punch and Mach Punch, with mine still being at relatively high health. Now right here I go into my Fletchling because of its coverage moves. It can hit anything on his team pretty hard, as he does go into his Pharaoh Seed right now, as I did just go for the safe acrobatics because it would put a dent in anything. Now usually I go for the Overheat because Pharaoh Seeds always stay in, so right here I just go for it, as he does predict that and goes into his Chinchou. This tells me that this is a very good player, as he does know that Fletchling carries Overheat. Right here, I really have nothing that I can do to it apart from a weak HP Grass against an Eviolite Chinchou, which will do nothing. So I go into my own, as he does go for the Scald. And he gets the burn right here. Yes, I know there is a 30% chance, but this right here proves to be the game. That 30% chance of a Scald burn proves to be what does me in, and you will see later why. But either way, I have my own Chinchou out, as I do get hurt by the burn, meaning that I'm immediately at 55% and cannot take hits that well at all. Now right here I go into my Pawniard. I believe I was predicting the Pharaoh Seed to come back in to take whatever hit Chinchou wanted to throw at it. And I didn't want to go for Volt Switch because that would have gotten Chinchou some of its health back. And right here, unfortunately, I overestimate Pawniard's ability, because I thought that I could just knock it out with a Brick Break. Unfortunately, I cannot, and the Pharaoh Seed is able to get a T-Wave off on me, as I am going to be able to KO it with a second Brick Break, but not after getting paralyzed and taking Iron Head, which leaves me at a pretty useless range at this point. So as Timber comes in, I am just going to sack my Pawniard. It really can't do much of anything, especially not with that paralysis. Now right here, I go into my Fletchling, as it can straight up Oko this Timber without its Eviolite. But I know that since the Pharaoh Seed's gone, the Chinchou is the only thing that can take a hit at all from my Fletchling, so I double into my Diglett. Now my Diglett had a Focus Sash, or has the Focus Sash anyway, so I didn't want to switch it in on any unnecessary attacks because of how frail it is. But right now this Chinchou is trapped, meaning my Fletchling has free reign later in the game, so I need to play carefully with it. But now that Chinchou's gone, my Diglett's still out there at relatively good health, and he brings in his Pawniard. I know he wouldn't have brought it in unless it was Scarfed, so I just decide to go for the Sucker Punch, get some minimal damage on it, as it does go for the knockoff to KO me. And right here, I am able to go into my Chinchou, as I am able to just Volt Switch out. Now, here's where the burn is really starting to hurt me, because that Hydro Pump, had I not had the burn, I would still be sitting pretty at 55%, not at 30%, to where I cannot take a Timber's Mach Punch. He goes into his Timber right here, as I want nothing to do with that. I need to save my Chinchou for his Shelter, so I go into my Abra, who can take the Mach Punch or Drain Punch and KO back with a Psychic. Now, right here, Despite hacks not going my way, I really could have made a pretty good play, but I decided to go for the Psychic right here, as it will KO the Timber, KO the Shelter, and the Abra will have its Focus Sash broken. Now, he does just go into his Abra, who is at 53% now, but well within KO range of Fletchling's Acrobatics, and it can now KO it, and Abra cannot live with a Focus Sash. Now, right here, I know hacks hasn't been going my way this battle, but had I been really real, I could have made a switch into my Fletchling, because he had to make the play of risking the Speed Tie and getting the Shadow Ball on my Abra to KO it, otherwise Abra completely destroyed him. However, I was like, at the time I was like, you know what, I will go ahead and risk the Speed Tie. I have gotten haxed horribly early on. I am owed 1. Unfortunately, he wins the Speed Tie. Now that right there was the game, because I really can't do anything. All I can do is just go into my Fletchling, go for the Acrobatics, kill Abra, but now his Shelter comes in and I cannot do much of anything to it, and my Chincho right now is in range where a Thunderbolt, where a Mach Punch, I'm sorry, will be able to KO me, and this is a good game right now. Right now, all I'm doing is just making it a closer game, but there's really nothing I can do. My Fletchling goes down to an Icicle Spear, and my Chincho is going to come in. Had I not been burned, I would have been at a good enough health to take a Mach Punch, and yeah, it would have been a little bit different because I had a chance to go for Hydro Pump 2 or go for T-Bolt, and T-Bolt actually had a surprisingly good chance of KOing it, but either way, my Chincho's at 1 HP. I go down to a Mach Punch, and that is unfortunately how the game turns out. Looking at this guy's rating, he was at 1650, and now he is at 1665. That was number 1 on the Little Cup ladder. So I came within a speed tie of beating the number 1 guy in Little Cup. But anyway, I was 0 for 3 on speed ties, and I got Skull Burned, which turned out to be the game. Oh well, hacks happens. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the match. It was a very, very good battle. And yeah, that's going to be it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks for watching again, and this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.